Then to customizing procedures, under that to actions. And as we learned yesterday, first we need to create info groups. And now we need to go to define info groups. Okay, this is the part you need to remember. That's why I asked you to make a note. Now I am going to define info groups. When you click on that, you get a pop-up window. Now guys, select the first option, user group dependency on menus and info groups. Now, here you are seeing all the info groups standard given by SAP. Now, in case if you want, you can create your info groups also here. How to create? Let's see. I can go to new entries or copy any one entry. It is up to you people. So, I want one hiring info group. 10 is the standard hiring info group. I can select that and click on copy function. Now, code 10 is for standard info group. If I want my info group, I need to give my code. Say, for example, I will give HI and I will tell hiring info group. Always this box should be ticked. Why? Because this is a user dependent info group, not SAP delivered. So this box should be ticked. Leave this column. This is not used. And the reference user group, you give any number. As I took yesterday, I am taking 77 today. Press enter. Now you have got HI, my hiring info group, created under 77. Save it. Same way, if you want any other info group also, we can create the same way. How? I'll go to say new entries and I will tell TI transfer info group user dependent. I will tell it is also 77. Why? All my entries should be under one user group only, as I said yesterday. I am putting it under 77 and saving it. Back. Back. So like this you have to create the info group. And see, yesterday I created the info group. Only first step this is being done now. That's it. 77 hiring is being done. Now I go to this step, guys, info group. Why? Because I want to add the info types like this to my info group. So how many info groups I created? 2 info groups. One is for hiring, another is for transfer. Call one at a time and add info types. First I will call HI, and here I need to create. How? Go to new entries. What is the user group? What is my user group? 77. Leave this info group modifier. We will learn about that later. Here you need to put the serial number. I'll put 01. And then operation. When I hire the people, what did I say I need to do with the data? Create. Yesterday, if you see here, I was telling create. Use the drop down list. There are standard entries: copy, delete, display. I'll select create. Why? Because whenever a person is hired, we create the data for that person. So I have to tell my system whatever info types are there in this screen, they are to be called in hiring action, and system should allow me to create the data. Now, which info type you give it? I want org assignment. Next column is screen. We will be learning about this also later. As of now, let us park it aside. And this is for subtype. Since info type 1 doesn't have a subtype, I leave it blank. In the next row, you have to call another info type. Why? Because yesterday, see, I called 3 info types. So, 1 info type per row in the sequence. That means after calling organizational assignment as a second info type, my system should call personal details of the employee, so that I can create personal details for the employee. Then again 77 3 INS, and I want subtype 1. Like this, we need to create how many info types we want in the info group. So following?
Sorry to disturb
Everyone?
you. Venkat, actually, I don't know whether others are facing this problem, but I am experiencing this, that your whatever you are typing and the screen is actually not going in tandem.
Yeah, I can't see it either.
Yeah, so right now I see that my on my screen you are still under user group 77, second row, but there is no data in the other rows. So I guess you have already reached to the subtype, but we can't see it. We are still on user group 77, second row.
Yeah, Venkat, and would request you to, if you can go a little slow, because seems like I'm not getting in pace with everything that is happening. I mean, I'm not getting much of the things. Sorry about that.
Yeah, and even my screen is like still.
It's stuck up at 77 only.
Venkat has gone offline.
Oh.
So I don't know, whatever you spoke, has it reached to him?
Anyways, I didn't get much of the stuff, so
I think we will request Venkat to start fresh, because even I didn't get it. It went very fast.
Yeah, it went very fast, and in case you guys have got it, please help me out, because some things are just over the head.
No, we'll request Venkat to start all over again.
Hopefully, yes.
Venkat, have you joined? Hello, are others on the call?
Yeah, I am.
I was just going to ask the same. I thought I've been dropped off suddenly.
Yeah. I can see Venkat on
I can
the...
see Venkat, he's there. Yeah,
Venkat,
but he doesn't seem to be speaking.
Gone
Oh, he's
offline
off.
again. Gone offline, okay.
Hello.
Hey Venkat, hi. I think you got dropped off.
Oh, you just disconnected and reconnected actually. So are you able to see my screen now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Venkat, just a request. Actually, what happened is that when you started the session, it seems like there was some technical issue at your end. So, I mean, you were going pretty slow, but the screens were not following you, at least for us. So, can you please start again from the first
Yeah,
step?
Venkat.
Okay.
Yeah, I would request you to do that because I think we didn't get much of the information on how to get into another screen as well. We couldn't save the path also.
Okay, the first one you were able to see, right? The hiring info group which I created, the first step. This one.
Yes.
I created my hiring info group with 77.
Yes, it was clear for me.
Hello.
Venkat, my request is if you can go right from start, because I'm sorry I might be disturbing, but the screens were really not following you, at least for us.
Same for me. Yep, please.
Welcome to GoToMeeting, online meetings made easy. There are 6 other callers on the call.
User group dependency on menus and info groups. So we need to get into this, and here we need to create the info groups, how many you want. Okay, so already I created 2 info groups. Let me just delete them so that I can create again. I will select this and say copy. Now I need to give a code for my info group. So I am giving HI, and I will tell it is hiring info group. Always this box should be ticked. Why? Because that is user dependent. Leave the next column not used. In the user group, this stands for reference user group. So put the user group number which you are planning to use for yourself. Yesterday I have taken it as 77, so I am taking 77 here, and then save it. So now I created one info group HI, that is hiring info group, saved under my user group 77. Same way you can create how many info groups you want depending on number of actions. So I want a transfer action. So what did I do? I'll go to new entries again, and I'll put TI transfer info group. This is also user dependent. This also must be stored under save user group. Why? Because both belong to me. And save. Like this, here you can create as many info groups as you want as per your customer's requirement. Process is same, but the entries might differ. That's it. Once you create the info group, click on back. Now you need to go to the third option, guys, info group. Why? Because yesterday we learned that for our info group, we created few info types. This is what I am going to do in the next step. See, I will go to this. As soon as I go, my system is asking for which info group you want to maintain the entries. There are many info groups. Now I need to call my info group. What is my info group? I created two info groups, HI and TI. If you know the code, you directly give. Here. So if you know the code, you directly give, or else use the drop down list and check for your hiring info group. What is my info group? Here I have hiring info group. Call that and press enter. Now here you need to add info types for your info group. That means which info types to be called while hiring an employee is what you are going to tell your system here. How to tell that? New entries. Now give your user group. What is your user group? 77. Info group modifier, leave this column because we are going to talk about this later. And then here you need to give the serial number. Why? Because I said while hiring you might have so many details to be taken. For one detail we are calling one info type. Now which info type to be called first, which info type to be called second, you need to tell the system. How? I put here 1 and this is operation field. Yesterday if you remember I told you that when I am hiring a person, these info types are to be created for me. I have used create option here. So how to tell the system? Allow me to create. You use the drop down list. So copy, delete, display. Now I will select create because when I hire a person, I will be creating the data. Create is our language, INS is system language. Which info type you want? I want org assignment. Next column is screen. Leave it blank. What is the screen? We'll be learning later. Subtype should not be selected. Why? Because info type 1 doesn't have a subtype. Then again go to user group 77. Second info type I want to call while hiring a person is to create personal details because info type 2 denotes personal details. Leave this column blank. Subtype is not there for info type 2 also. Leave it. Go to 77. Third info type I want to call is 6. And I want permanent address. So like this guys, how many details you want, you need to call those many info types. There is no limit as such. Depending upon your customer's requirement, you have to add the entries. Just for your information, I am adding 3 here. After creating these, save them and back. Like this, you have to create an info group. Now already I created one more info group, so let me add info types to that also. Wantedly I am creating 2 things so that if you see multiple times, it would be easy for you. What is another info group? Transfer. So I will go to info group. What is the code for transfer? TI. Now create the entries. How? New entries. Go to user group. What is your user group? Same 77. Modifier is blank. Which info type you want to first? While transferring a person, you give a sequence number. Operation. While transferring, what will you do? Either you create the information or copy and update it. So I can use either create option or I can use copy option. Depending upon your customer's requirements, these functions will be going, guys. And which info type? Usually when a person is transferred, location changes. How is location identified in SAP? Personnel area. Where is personnel area assigned to an employee? In info type 1. So I will update info type 1. Since no subtype for info type 1, I left blank here also as I did in the earlier info group. Now again, user group 77. Second info type, I want to copy is 0006. 2 is not called. Why? When you transfer a person, do you think that the personal details change? No. So I will not call it. While hiring, whatever I have taken for that employee, it will be as is. Address for a person will change because the person is getting transferred and the person will be relocating. So I want to copy the address and update it. So I am calling address. Which address? Permanent address. Like this, you call how many info types you want for this info group and save. Back. And close this. Now we are done with only first step. Clear?
Yes.
Yep.
Now after the info group, what did we do, guys? Yesterday we learned after info group we need to set up a personal action. Why? Because when will these screens be called? When you take an action actually. Now where is the action? I didn't create it yet. Now I have to create. Where to create the action? It is in another node. Now guys, you need to go to set up personal actions. So the next node will be set up personal actions. Click on that. When you click on that node, guys, you get a pop-up window like this. Select the middle option. Personal action types. Now, you see here, what are all these things? Actions. Hire, change of position. Where are they? If you remember, in PA40 screen, you are seeing hire, change of position. Right? Where are these coming from? So, now what is my requirement? I want my actions to be seen here. Where are your actions? You need to create them. So where to create? Here you need to create. How to create? You can select any action and copy. Now you need to give a code for the action. Standard hire action is having 01 code. You give your code. I will put it as HA and I will take the text as hiring action. What is this? Function character. Okay, this should be standard. There are standard values. What are they? I'll explain you now. Why? Because yesterday if I would have explained that, you would have got confused. Now by seeing this, you can easily understand. You see. What are the values here? There is one, which is initial hiring. Now, when will initial hiring happen? When the person is entering into the company. Hello, Yarina, you're trying to say something?
Yeah, I was just saying that when they hire him initially.
Yeah, correct. So at that time, you need to select this. That means if you are creating a hiring action, guys, always this function character should be 1. Since I copied from a standard action, I need not do that. because settings are already maintained. This is the advantage of copying. When will you have 7? What is that they are telling 7? Initial hiring and transfer of data from recruitment. If you remember, I told you that there is another module in SAP HCM called as recruitment, which is used to maintain applicant data. Now say for example, I have got one open position for which you people have applied. Now do I take all 5 of you? I will not. I will take only one person. So whom will I take? Whoever performs very well, and other 4 would be rejected, where in recruitment only. And the other person who has got selected will be hired as an employee, where in TA module. When I hire the person in TA module, if you want the system to pull the data from recruitment, then you have to put 7. What is that? Initial hiring and transfer of data from recruitment. We will be seeing about this when we go to recruitment actually. And what is 8 and 9? These are used in case of global employment, guys. Now say for example, one person is in India and he is moving to US for the purpose of a long-term project. In that case, what will I do? Long-term assignment I will be preparing. LTA in. That means the person is coming into host country. And what will be 9 used for? Activating of the assignment for global employees home country. That means when the person is coming back after project, then you use 9. So 8 and 9 are used for global employment. And how about 0 is for all other actions other than hiring, other than global employment. If any other action, we will be having 0. So now since it is my initial hiring, it would be 1, which is already there. So if you copy from a standard action, it would be as is. And what is this? Yesterday we learned there are 3 statuses: customer specific, employment specific, and special payment. Special payment is not used. Why? Because I said it would be used only in countries like Spain. Now we have here employment specific. How many values we have under employment specific? We have got 4 values. If you remember yesterday, I gave you here. What is 0, guys? Employee withdrawn. When the person is going out of the company, we will be taking employee withdrawn. 1 is employee with company but inactive. 2 is employee with company but as a retiree. And 3 is employee active in the company. When I am hiring a person, will the person comes into the company or goes out of the company?
Comes into the company.
Comes into the company. Will the person be active or not? Yes.
He'll be active.
So, yeah. So I am putting 3 there. I am not putting, since I copied from the standard action, it is already there. So now I am telling whenever I hire a person, the status should be 3. And then guys, all others are not needed. This is very, very important. The info group. Now already I created 2 info groups. Hiring info group, transfer info group. What did I say? When is info group called? When a personal action is executed. So which action should execute which info group? How does it know? You need to link it here. So what are my info groups? I had hiring info group, transfer info group. What will I do now? Now since I am creating hiring action, I will assign hiring info group. Where is my hiring info group? It is HI. If you want, you can search. I took a wrong entry. Yes. And then save it. Save button is not activated. Don't worry, just press enter. It gets activated. What is it telling? An entry already exists with the same key. That means we are telling boss you have taken HA. That entry is already exists, so please choose some other thing. Okay, fine, I will take HR. That is also there. Let me take HI. Yeah, now it is acceptance. So guys, see, now I created hiring action, calling hiring info group. Save it. Now I want a transfer action. How do you do that? You need to select, copy, and save TI. Transaction. What would you take here? Other action. It's not a hiring action, right? So I'll take 0. Person will be active only when I transfer, and the info group would be TI, because I created TI also. Let's save it. Now I created 2 actions and linked my info groups to actions. Clear? 2 steps are over. First one is info group. Second one, I have set up the action and linked the info group. What next? You need to go to reasons, as I said. See, yesterday I told you, right? Here. After actions, you need to create reasons for actions. Let me create. I am going to create reasons for personal actions. There are 2 other nodes. Use the first node, because sometimes when SAP improves the product, it might not overwrite. It might be a separate entry. But now let me take the first one, create reasons. Here for all the actions you can see the reasons. Now let me take any one and copy. What is my action? Take I. I am copying first reason. Press enter. If I want one more reason, how do you do? Go to new entry. What is your action? HI. Second reason I want is when will you hire people? When the attrition rate is very high, also you will hire. Like this, guys, you need to create reasons for your actions. Once done, come back. Now, after creating info group,
Create reasons for personal actions?
Sorry?
Is it usually like that? The create reasons for personal actions, there are 3 of the same, right? Is it always like that?
Here you mean to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, always. In every system it would be like that, but choose the first one here. Okay? Yeah. So I created info group, action and reasons. Now what I have to do? Yesterday I said I have to go to change action menu. Where is it? It is here. So now guys, after info group, after actions, go to change action menu. Go there. Here, select the second node, guys. Action menu. What will you enter here? What is the standard action menu I said yesterday? I said yesterday 01. You have to put 01 here. You should not put your actions or you should not put your info group, guys. Very clearly it is telling it wants the menu to be seen. So go to 01 and press enter. Now guys, you see higher change of position. What are they? These. The actions which you are seeing on PA40 screen are being controlled from this. If you want your actions also to be seen on PA40, what will you do? Go to new entries. Now, what is your user group guys? 77. How many actions you created? 2 actions. First I want is hiring. So HI. It is telling for 77 already entry is existing. Let me delete that first. Give me a sec guys. I got 77. First action is hiring. In the 77. Like this guys, you need to assign your actions to the action menu. Now until unless you do this step, you cannot see your actions on PA40. Even though you created them, they have to be maintained here. Then only you can see your actions. Else you cannot see. So I call my actions and save. Now what is the last step I said? User parameter. How to set user parameters? You need to go to SU3 transaction. Yeah, now I am into that screen. Here guys, you need to go to parameters tab. Remember. Now,
Venkat, could you repeat that configuration code, please?
SU3.
The transaction code, sorry.
Yes, SU3. This one I gave yesterday, right? Do you remember? Here I have given. See.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Okay. So I'm going to SU3. After coming to this screen, guys, you need to go to parameters. Why? Because I want to maintain parameters. So go to parameters tab. What is the ID for user group? Yesterday we learned UGR. What is the value of my user group? 77. Let's see. Now the configuration is completed. If I go to PA40, how many actions should I see? 2 actions. See now. PA40. See, I have got my hiring action transferred. Earlier in the same PA40 screen before configuration, you have seen these many actions. Now after configuration, only 2 actions. So like this guys, you can create your actions. Understood? In case if your customer says, I want standard actions back, then what will you do? Need not reconfigure anything. Guys, you go to /OSU3, same old parameters, select UGR and say delete. Now if you go to you are seeing all the standard actions. That means you can switch between standard entries, your entries, or any other user entries by using SCL3. Is that clear, guys? Hello?
Yeah, Venkat.
You're able
Yeah,
to? It might be a little bit lengthy, so a little bit scope for confusion, guys. Why? Because there are lot many steps, lot many entries to be maintained in each and every step, and things might not be very clear at one shot. Okay, you need to practice. Now, how I have done today, I will give an exercise to you people also, so that you can also practice and get hands-on. Is that clear?
Yep.
yeah.
Now, take one assignment, guys. Ready? Shall I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Create three actions one for hiring, comma, one for hiring, another one is transfer, another one is promotion. These three I want. Okay. For hiring, five info types to be maintained. Like organizational assignment, personal data, what is it called? Permanent address, planned working time, and basic pay.
What was the last one?
These are the, I'm sorry,
What was the last fifth one?
basic pay.
Okay.
Okay. Now, for transfer action and promotion action, so what would be usually changed, guys, for transfer and promotion?
Address.
Very good. And then org assignment. So put organization assignment and address, both. Clear? Now, next one. While hiring, the user must be in a position what did I say, guys? Hello?
Yeah, you said while hiring the user must be in a position
To create the data in info types. And while transfer and promotion, must be in a position to copy the data. Next, create any 3 reasons for hiring and 2 for transfer and 2 for promotion.
Venkat, can you please repeat 3 reasons for?
3 reasons for hiring,
Okay.
2 reasons for transfer and promotion. For each I want 2 reasons. Transfer 2 reasons, promotion 2 reasons. Okay. Now last sentence. Maintain the settings in the system in such a way that only these actions are displayed on PA40 screen. Okay, so this is your assignment. On the same lines what I have taught you today, try to configure. Okay, you do it today only. Why? Because concepts will be afresh. When you are doing, just try to see how they are linked to each other. Clear, everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it, guys. In case if you
Okay.
have questions, don't worry. Don't worry. Why? Because this is the first time you are seeing a big concept to be configured. So it happens. After 2-3 concepts, you will become comfortable. But now, do it. If you have any questions, tomorrow I will review that and move to the next concept. Okay?
Okay.
Everybody fine?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So let us do that way. Why? Because I don't want
Okay,
to move with
Venkat.
another concept today. Why? Because you will get confused if I go to next concept. Already I know that this is a lot on you people today. So let us give enough gaps like this. Okay. So tomorrow I'll go to the next concept after reviewing these things. So please do this and get back to me if you have any questions tomorrow, guys. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So chalo then we will just wind it up for the day. Let us meet tomorrow, guys. Okay.
Thank you,
Venkat.
Venkat.
Have a good day. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Srirang? Hello?
Yeah.
Srirang, this is Anjali. I wanted to speak to you. Either you take my number or give me your number.
You tell me your number.
Yeah, my number is 330.
3.
Yeah, 330-333-2648.
No, it is 330-333-2648.
2648. Yeah, I mean, since nobody is here, Venkat, sorry, Srirang, I wanted to know, like, have you got your H1B stamped?
No, actually, my went for LCA on 21st, and then it just didn't happen because 23rd they had already full with the quota, and I was anyway checking it on the system, but Sudhakar was of the opinion that let's give it a try. If it not happens, they anyway will not accept the money. So anyway, you won't be losing your money on that. So I just went ahead.
Srirang, I mean, that's correct, but I really don't understand that even in their website it is showing that quota is finished. And as I told you that my husband, he's also going for H1B. His case is different, like his visa will be filed on 12th of December, but that's an NGO. So for them, there is no quota, nothing is there, okay?
Right.
Yeah, but yesterday he received a call from one consultant and And day before yesterday, he received a call from this Lowe's. Okay.
Okay.
And Lowe's is not a non-profit organization, I'm sure. Okay. And when since my husband was not here, so I asked them that like quota is finished, how will he be able to proceed with his visa processing? He said, you need not worry. I mean, still they are accepting. I mean, I was not able to understand, like, hey, I mean, as per their website, it's closed. And Lowe's people and this consultant, they are saying, no, if client follows it up nicely, they will accept it.
Okay, now I will tell you, I got this confirmed through 3 sources. One is my earlier company, KPIT Cummins, where I was working. So actually when I was submitting my documents, Sudhakar wanted one document from my previous employment stating that I have some experience in SAP. So for that I had spoken to my head HR, whether they can give me that. So she said to me that the visas are already like depleting, and maybe another week this would get consumed. And this was something like 16th of November, 16th or 17th. So she said that if you want to go ahead, just go it fast and try your luck if it happens or not. So that was one. Secondly, on 22nd November, my wife works with Wipro. So Wipro had released a mail to all the project managers and project leads that do not file any H1 application year 4th, because USICS has stopped accepting the applications effective today. So that was in fact 22nd November. So mine had gone for on 21st. So I was just holding on to that hope that because the LC was applied on 21st, they might accept. So Sudhakar said no, actually, because there are 2 stages. One is LC approval and one is H1B application. So had we filed for your H1B application before 22nd of November, then they would have accepted it. The result we don't know whether it would have got accepted or rejected, but they would have at least accepted the application. So it was from 2 sources. One was from my earlier company KPIT, and second was Wipro. Wipro to sent a official mail. I saw that mail, and I saw it, and immediately on 23rd itself I had called Sudhakar, and that 23rd or 24th in fact. So he said that he actually flew to Vermont carrying your application, my application as well. In fact, even my LC was not approved, but he said that they refused to take any applications.
And when I spoke to him yesterday, he said that they have taken my application as per Sudhakar, but I mean, result is not clear whether accepted or rejected, because my application was submitted on 23rd.
Yes, actually your LC was already approved. So I am not sure actually, Anjali, because I have been talking to Sudhakar about my thing, which already got closed almost last week only. So, but he said that for you also, I think he said that yours also has not worked out.
Okay.
It looks like that. But what I see personally is that I think he had told you that moving from L2 to H1 is still okay. He can manage it. I think you should have gone at that time only.
Shira, what to do? I mean, my everything was approved, and I gave him application in first week of November. But my husband, he said, he called him and he said, like, don't process it right now. He was under this impression that in case, see, he is going for H1B, mine will be H4 immediately. So he thought that filing 2 applications simultaneously for one person may not create problem. So he was under that impression. Because of that, it got, I mean, it got delayed. I called him on 22nd of November. After speaking to lawyer and his company, they said that this has nothing to do with this. It's an individual application, and let her go ahead with that. But on 23rd, quota got finished.
What I understand anyway, I mean, there's no point doing the postmortem now, but what I feel is that moving from L2 to H1, so if you are already in process, so what the USICS treats is that even if your husband moves into H1, but your sponsorship has already been achieved and you are also moving into H1. So you will not go into H4 immediately. In fact, I think for H4 you have to go for separate stamping. You have to send your documents also. So again, it takes some time. So I think, I mean, it would have been good because Sudhakar was also telling me that it's really unfortunate for her because she was already on L2 EAD, and now this thing H1 also not has happened, and she's moved to H4 also. So kind of big, very unfortunate. Because for me, I knew I was just taking a